Who's the daddy? Easy guys, Dom here from Cringy Dad Gaming. So this is our quick start survival guide for Conan Exiles. This is just released on PS4, and if you're playing this game, you'll notice from the beginning, the game doesn't really give you much of a tutorial. So I know there's some of you out there that might get a little bit frustrated by this. It's not that easy to start out. You might be dying a lot. You will still die a lot even after this guide, but at least you'll get some early tips. So what we're doing right from the start is just literally scavenging. We're looking through all these bushes and picking up sticks and rocks and all sorts of stuff by pressing square on it to interact. So this is going to give us things like plant fibers, insects, stones and sticks that we can use to make some basic survival items. So going into our inventory, we can go across now to our crafting section, and notice we've got some basic fiber clothing here we can create from plant fibers that we've collected. This will protect us against the elements a little bit, keep us warm if we go to a colder area as well, because there is kind of like a temperature gauge within this game. But we can also make a stone hatchet by using a stick and a rock, and we're going to need that not only to protect ourselves, but we can also use it to hunt, which is obviously very important in this game to be able to get food. So we're just going to equip the stone hatchet, because that is really important, because if you don't equip it, then you're not going to be able to protect yourself, and it's easy to forget. So now survival 101, we're going to look for a water source. Now where there's water, there's life. That is the kind of biggest thing about survival, finding water. So we're not too far from a water source here. We can press right on the directional pad to bring up our map, and now we can put our marker down. That means we're going to be able to find water. Now you will find it a little bit greener around water sources. Being out in the desert, it's a bit obviously barren, but here we can find trees and other insects that we can eat, and you can find things like eggs if you find nests, so you want to look for turtle nests. But also it's important to have a torch. So here we can craft a torch, basic torch out of, again, plant fibers. This means that we can see a little bit better in the dark. I didn't really think the night cycle was that long on this, but I know certain server settings within this game can create a longer night cycle if you're playing online. Now we're going to craft a bedroll, which we can use as a spawn point. Now this is just a basic bedroll. You can get better ones as you progress through the game. This will work for one respawn if you die. You will need certain items like twine to be able to make this, which again you can just craft from plant fibers. But once you've crafted your basic bedroll and you interact with it, it means if you die, you're now going to spawn here. You're not going to spawn right back at the beginning where you started, which can be quite helpful. Next up, we're going to have a look at some of our feats. So these are things you would have earned knowledge points from doing some of the little challenges that come up on the screen. The most important one that you guys are going to want to go for is not only the water skin, but you're going to also want to get the campfire. This means you're going to be able to cook raw meat. If you try and eat raw meat, you're going to get food poisoning. It's not going to end well. So by getting the campfire, it means now we can take some of the logs that we've cut down. You will need to press down on R2 to actually give the wood, and that sounds a bit odd. And you'll also have to do the same for the raw meat. This is where I got stuck the first time round. I was like, how the hell do I cook this? It's not doing anything. Well, notice right at the very bottom of the screen, there's that little button next to the X for move and circle. It says toggle on and off. I didn't notice that at first. I mean, it's not really very clear, but you have to actually press that to toggle on the fire, which is really, really strange, but that's just how the system works. That means now you're going to cook the raw meat and allow you to have some cooked meat, which will give you some sustenance and also increase your health as well. So that, for me, was one of the biggest things when I started playing this game. Once I figured out how to do that, it was straight away a whole lot easier. The next thing you want to do is hunt some animals. There's some turtles and rabbits and stuff in the area that you can find, because you want to get some skins, because what we want to craft next is we actually want to craft the water skin, which is going to allow us to hold water. We're going to be traveling out across maybe some vast barren deserts and areas that we can't necessarily find water. Now, your thirst, it goes down really, really quick, and you can die of dehydration very quickly in this game. So once you've put the water skin into your radial menu, you can then just find a water source, and once you interact with the water skin, it will actually fill it up. Now you'll know when the water skin is filled up because it'll have that little white line below it. That shows you how much water you've got in it. You just have to click on it to be able to drink from it. So that brings me to the end pretty much of the quick start survival guide. Like I said, it was going to be relatively quick. It's showing you some of the early basics. So you guys will, once you've got these tips down, be able to pretty much, get the answers to all your other questions as you start progressing through the game. So if you found this video helpful in any way, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to click on that little notification bell so you know when we're uploading new content. So I'll catch you guys on another video, and thanks for watching. Who's the daddy?